here. The 24th Police District and the 25th Police District. And this is also the site of the newest legal thing happening in Kensington. Wellness court is happening in here.
Mayor Sherelle Parker and city leaders announcing a first-of-its-kind court for Philadelphia. The Kensington Wellness Court aims to get people suffering from substance abuse into treatment while helping clean up the neighborhood.
And the city announced that they're going to have this new plan where if people get arrested for doing Kensington stuff, you know, doing illegal drugs or anything like that, instead of going to jail, they'll have an option. If they get arrested on Wednesday, they'll have an option to go into treatment. The one thing I find interesting about this whole story is, are they going to start arresting people for doing drugs on Kensington Ave? Because I don't think that's something that's been happening ever. Usually, what I see when police drive past people openly using drugs or people nodding out, the cops will sometimes talk to them, or they'll shoo them away. Just get out of here. You can't be here. That's usually if they're nodding out. So my question is, yeah, that's my question. Are they arresting people for using drugs in Kensington? Because I heard a press conference, and during that press conference, I heard a city council person say, we're not going to arrest our way out of this.
Officials say they're trying to do things differently in a neighborhood with long-standing challenges.
No, we are not arresting our way out of this. I think that we are bringing people into our systems and we're connecting them with resources first.
Which made me think, I think they're going to arrest our way out of this. I think the cleanup of the open-air drug market is beginning. And I also heard a politician talk about residents in that neighborhood having trauma.
Folks with dignity and decency, and we can also continue to reinforce that the community deserves to be delivered from the trauma of living in an open-air drug market.
I've never heard anybody talk about the residents. I always hear people talking about the homeless people. So now we're actually thinking about the people who live there, because most of the people who do drugs on Kensington Ave are not from Kensington. A lot of them aren't even from Philadelphia. Some of them aren't even from Pennsylvania. So what we're going to do is we're going to drive on down Kensington Ave and also on the back streets, because a lot of the people who are doing these illegal activities that the police will be looking for, they're off Kensington Ave and they're on these back streets where people live. Here we are, Kensington. All right. So here we are, Kensington Ave. It's cold today. It's one of the coldest days of the year. Right now it's 20 degrees. Temperatures are going to get down to 7 degrees. So there really shouldn't be many people on the streets. That's the Tesla truck on Kensington Ave. Super cold out, so I would imagine we're not going to... What is this guy doing? Is he going to turn down Hilton, or is he... Yeah, he's going to turn down Hilton. That's a mighty big risk. City has this rule when it gets below freezing that they try to, like, get everybody who doesn't have a home, they put them in, like, a warming center. I don't see anybody out on the Ave. Yeah, there's nobody out on the Ave. Now, sometimes people are here on Clearfield Street, and there are. There's a few people doing some stuff you go down this street, this is where a lot of people are hanging out now. Yeah, so you got a lot of people on Ruth Street. This building burnt down earlier last year. Oh, they're going to tear it down. Does anybody know what caused the fire in that building? Just curious. When police graduate the police academy, they go right here. They have police walking up and down these streets in pairs. I usually never see a cop by themselves. Usually they walk in pairs. And look, they got the barricades up here on these houses. I haven't seen the barricades on residents' houses. Usually they're in front of these vacant businesses with the gates up. And what they have these gates up here for is to prevent people from setting up tents. Which was, if you came down here in 2020, there was large encampments of people living in tents right here on the Ave. One of the places people go to warm up is this place here, Prevention Point. Look at this, we got a snowman. Oh, this could make the calendar. The Kensington Snowman. Happy holidays, hon. Down here is Kensington and Lehigh. Up there is the L. But if you would have done that car ride, what I did today, if you would have done that car ride, when was Jim Kenney mayor? 2 years ago? The avenue would be lined with people high on drugs. And it's not as bad. It's still happening. It's still a thing. But it's definitely not as bad. I haven't seen a cop making an arrest yet. And that's what we're looking for. For a long time, people were living under these trestles. And you got somebody laying down right now or sitting there smoking a little bit. But, and then these back streets usually have some people. In the last year, I know vacant properties were boarded up. I know abandoned cars were towed off these streets. What they did one day is they closed off like a half-mile corridor, and they would just go up and down the streets, and they would tow cars with expired stickers and anything they considered abandoned. And a lot of the abandoned buildings you see how this window has boarded up windows, and they did that to a lot of the abandoned properties. You got a lot of people hanging out here at Kensington and Somerset. I saw one time I was they're giving out some food right here. That's nice. A lot of people are right there because they're giving out food. There was probably about 15, 20 people. A lot of these convenience stores were closed down. These grocery stores, they were open up some of them were open 24 hours. The city made them close them. So I'm going to tell you, I really think they're trying to do something here. It's kind of, I'm going to analyze it, the chess. It's a game. You can't just do everything, it's a game, and you got to do it in steps, and they're definitely taking I feel like the steps or the changes in Kensington for the last year, there's a big difference. This is Needle Park. 1, 2. There's 4 people there. Usually, like I said, a few years ago, you would go there and there would be, there could be up to 50 people there just doing their thing. Beginning, I haven't really seen any cops. So I don't know if they're making arrests. It doesn't look like anybody's getting arrested for doing anything. Today is Wednesday. So if they were to do, if somebody did get arrested today, instead of getting arrested and going to jail or a holding cell, I believe they would start a treatment program. One of the problems with sobriety is you can't really force. There's some cops just sitting there in the corner. One of the things with sobriety is you can't force somebody to want to get sober. And if you know, maybe it will help somebody, but it's not going to help them, not help everybody 100%. Sure, if you're going through withdrawals, you would much rather do it at a wellness center than a jail in Philadelphia. New pizza restaurant at Jasper and Allegheny. Crispy pizza right next to the Dragon Pearl Chinese restaurant. That opened when I was in grade school. I went to grade school. You can see my grade school all the way down there. Oh, a new playground coming soon for the daycare right here at Kensington and Allegheny. I once saw somebody die right in front of that daycare. And they're going to build a playground there. Hopefully they fence that in. Right down the street on the corner there was a Walgreens that closed down. This is K&A, the K&A L stop. And there is nobody hanging here. They've been doing a pretty good job of cleaning up that corner. There's a guy who does a live stream from that corner store, and it was getting hundreds of thousands of views a week, maybe even into the millions. So the city has been keeping that corner pretty clear. People get mad at people for YouTubing down here, and you know, I don't know if that guy wasn't doing that live stream. Maybe they would have cleaned up the corner, but I think like it was such an embarrassment that the city had to clean it up. Yeah, this was a big spot where people were hanging out in Kensington and Clearfield. There's nobody. And you got really nobody on this side. In 1 year, the city of Philadelphia is going to be... all eyes will be on Philadelphia in 2026. We got the World Cup coming here. It's the quincentennial of the United States. And if you've been watching my channel, I've been saying this from jump. By 2026... Kensington Ave would be cleaned up. And by cleaned up, I mean it won't be the world's largest open-air drug market or the biggest open-air drug market in America. And, oh, look at that. Look at that Dick's Variety sign. That is cool. And see, and what's going on in these old businesses is they're like gutting them and putting in, they're rebuilding those stores on the inside. And that's happening up and down the Ave. And that's been happening since April. You go on this side of Kensington and Lehigh. Usually when you get up to this L stop, you may have a few people hanging on this old Fidelity Bank. Well, after driving around for a little bit, I didn't see anybody get arrested, so maybe Wellness Court isn't open yet. I appreciate you watching this video. If you can, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Check out my merch. I have a Patreon, and I also do cameos.